I love Gadgets with all of my soul, and when I saw this deck list come across Yu-Gi-Oh! Singapore Edition yesterday, oh my god, I was so happy. You guys don't understand. It's been so long since we've got the chance to see Gadgets in their full glory, and I just understand how happy I am for this, because it has been so long since this deck has had any sort of love. So one of the cool things about this was more, I think this was like a rated dueling event. So this is more of like a localized tournament. So understand that the results aren't predominantly high, but it's still fucking Gadgets in the year 2018. And it warms my heart so fucking much to see this deck come back. So guys, like this video, turn on those notifications, because this is what this channel was about. It's about red, yellow, and just a lot of green. We don't even play Yugioh X in this build. Like, why would you need to do that? So this deck's got a lot going on for it, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm actually kind of shocked that this deck got as far as it did. And you know, it's even got my favorite engine, the Sky Strikers, in it. Basically, engage into Hornet Drones, into Kagari, back into Hornet Drones. Basically, you use these to climb the link ladder. You guys know all about how great Needle Fiber is. Needle Fiber giving you access to Jet Synchron, and with O-Line. Basically, this whole deck, there's not a lot going on here, the way it looks, but this deck does climb the link ladder. And it's like, oh no, even Link's ruin Gadgets. No. If anything, Link's helped this deck get a chance to shine. And it's so very beautiful. One of the cool things I do want to denote here is Cyberstein. So, me and Bar were talking about this morning when we were looking at the deck. He was like, so do you side out Cyberstein going into Game 3 because of time? And I definitely think you do. I think Stein's not something that you want to see, because, I mean, obviously this card is a massive fuck you to your opponents. I mean, this is the only card that he's dedicated in his extra deck for Stein. Its usage of this card cannot be conducted, or can only be conducted with the above cards. Its use material. So while this card's face up in the field, you can negate the activation of spell and trap cards and destroy them by removing one card from your graveyard and sending one card from your deck to the graveyard. So as long as you have the one card in the graveyard, period, exterior will always be live. This is actually probably the reason why you win 95% of your pure Sky Striker mirrors. I would even argue that this card can paralyze Goki for a little bit, because not being able to rematch in some situations, as long as you have hand traps backing this guy up, you know, you go into a better position. So I guess we have to talk about this, don't we? So, 2 copies of Ash Blossom, very standardized. Even in this day and age, Gadgets need as many hand traps as they can get, especially in the OCG. So I think it's very important to understand that you have to use this card, 1, to negate Max C, 2, to clutch onto and stop your opponent's key searches. If your opponent gets a key search off on you, you're probably going to have a bad time. So there is that. 2 copies of Cockadoodle-Doo. So you're basically playing this as a special summonable tuner. We don't really care about its other effect. But the important part is this is a special summonable tuner. This plus Gadget gets you into Needle Fiber. Actually, this plus any other monster not named a tuner gets you into Needle Fiber, which literally will start your combo. Like, it's everything that you could want. So, do take note of that. 1 copy of Cyberstein, like I said, just potentially a win condition against the opponent. This card is really fucking good, and it just kind of sucks that it gets impermanence. You kind of lose. It's high risk versus high reward, unfortunately. I think you have to potentially play this, and it really sucks because depending on how the metagame is going in the area, you might potentially just get blown out. So, take it for what it's worth, but this card is a win con in and in itself. 1 Dandelion. No real explanation here, but I heard token generating is really good. Also, if you make it off of Cherubni, because level 3s are really good, I heard. Yeah, I mean, you get free tokens. So, just kind of something fun to take note of there. Triple copies of Ghost Bell. Actually, this is really cool. Being able to negate those key graveyard effects, once again, brings up the point of, am I going to be good? I also like how this guy was putting more emphasis on Ghost Bell over Ghost Ogre. Ogre is kind of fallen to the wayside, I think. I mean, don't get me wrong, Ogre's still very good, but she definitely just doesn't do what she once did. So, I think that Ghost Bell is a better call in the metagame. And once again, if your opponent's playing through Max C, this is just another card that you can draw to stop your opponent. Of course, who doesn't like one card Needle Fibers? Normal summon. So how the one card Needle Fiber works is you normal summon this, make Link Karibo, use the effect to mill itself. You've now got Link Karibo and this on the field, and you just literally roll into Needle Fiber, and then Needle Fiber can roll you into Summon Sorceress. And then, remember, you're going to special summon this off of Needle Fiber, and then you'll be able to summon off Summon Sorceress. You'll get your O-Line token that you can special summon from the deck then. It's so fucking dumb that, one card starts your entire combo. I think this is why they've avoided it in the TCG for so long. Just because of, how disastrous this is. Only 2 copies of each gadget. You do not, and I repeat, you do not want to play 9 in this build. No fly zone. These guys will clog, and you're going to have a really bad time. I already have nightmares playing 6, but I don't see any real issues with it at this point in time in this build. So 6 is fine. 2 copies of Jet Synchron. This feels a little bit cloggy at 2, but it's fine because you want to make sure that if something happens, you have access to it. So I think this is fine. Also, its effect is only once per turn, so a second copy can be useful. Triple copies of Max C. If you're playing the OCG and you're not playing this card, you're probably going to have a bad time or you're playing something dumb. 1 O-Lion for climbing the Link Ladder. 1 Takumtum Borg, 2 Terratop. Once again, same logic as earlier. This is a starter. You open up Terratop with Takumtum Borg with your core normal, you're going places. It's literally how this works. I cannot believe they unrestricted, or they moved Terratop 2 in the OCG. It's crazy just how much this card is doing over there. Spells, Triple Call by the Grave. This deck needs to make sure that it can play its game. If it can't, well, fuck. So you have to use this. The OCG's got a lot more hand trap problems than we do, and, they still have this card. So, 1 Emergency Teleport, getting a tuner on the field to start your combo is pretty much necessary, depending on the situation. So, you have this as your teleport target. Let's go. 1 Foolish Barrel, drop in Glow Up Bulb or Jet Synchron. It's pretty good. 1 Monster Reborn, just core starters, baby. Hornet Drones, 2 Kagari, or 2 Engage, just starter pieces all day long. Soul Charge for overextensions. 2 Impermanence because we don't like our opponent playing the game. And 2 Judgments because we don't like our opponent playing the game. The extra deck is all combo-centric. This is everything that you're going to need. So 1 Summon Source, 1 Kagari, 1 Security Dragon, 1 Proxy Dragon, 1 Link Karibo, 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, 1 Mermaid, 1 Goblin, 1 Firewall, 2 Needle Fiber, 1 Cherubni, 1 Boral Sword, and 1 Exterior. Just remember, when you've reached Firewall points, you'll basically just continuously cycle through the gadgets one at a time. Special Summon Search, Special Summon Search. You're basically using the gadgets in this deck to climb the Link Ladder. So it's not an original concept by any stretch of the imagination. It's just really fucking cool that it finally worked. So the entire extra deck is pretty staple. You might be able to move around 1 or 2 things like Proxy Dragon, but I don't think it's a really good idea, honestly. If you're going to mess around with this, do it as it is. Side deck, 2 Skullmeister. Once again, additional effects like Ghost Bell are really good so your opponent cannot interact with their graveyard. 1 Feather Duster for massive back row. Anything interacts with this deck that can stop it, it's back row. 2 copies of Shared Ride, just additional draw power. You would think that it would conflict with gadgets, but it doesn't really matter per se, just depending on the situation. You're just trying to get your opponent to stop. 2 copies of Twin Twisty, because why not? Once again, same logic behind Feather Duster. 2 copies of D-Barrier, depending on where the situation or the local metagame was, this card could be useful. 1 copy of Impermanence, I believe you side this out with Stein to interchange. Triple Red Reboot, because Altergeist is starting to show its ugly head in the OCG more, so this has become very important. And 2 copies of Solemn Warning, because Yu-Gi-Oh! I think it's awesome that this deck has shown back up. And don't get me wrong, I might be hyping this up a little bit, but this is fucking cool. Like, I love gadgets. And, you know, it's a good day when Papa Robbie's here telling you all that, like, hey, it's still alive because of Firewall, baby. So, guys, this is all I have for this video. Please like this video, leave a comment down below. And, guys, until later, peace on out. The ride never ends, guys. Make sure you enable those notifications to get the latest videos that are being posted on this channel. Make sure you guys check out VanCole40 for my Cardfight Vanguard channel. And join me and House of Champions on the Zodiac Duelist TV Twitch stream. We'll be interacting with our audiences. And please check out No Limit Gaming and LGTCG.com for the cheapest trading cards on the market. Thanks for watching, guys, and please have a good day.